Attempt 2. So, hey everyone watching this highlight or YouTube video. I'll try to keep this under 2 hours because Twitch doesn't like highlights over 2 hours. This is a Jag 3 tutorial of the any percent category as of January 2014. If you're a PAL user like me, you should be playing on PAL 60. PAL 60 secures that we don't exactly know like why we should be playing PAL 60, but we just to be safe, we do it just in case there's no like PAL 10TSCU things. So PAL 60 secures that it's pretty much the MTC version of the game, and it runs on a faster frame rate as well, so that might be something, and it might actually do something with the load times. Aspect ratio is optional. I don't have 4:3 looks better on my stream, but my TV 16:9, and I play better on 16:9. So generally, if you are a PS3 user, I'd recommend getting the PS2 version of the game. The PS2 version of the game has the smoothest controls. Now, as you can see there in the chat, the PS3 version, sometimes when you do the punch forward, it'll like send you in a random direction. It kind of looks like whenever Jack punches forward, he'll just like fly one direction, and you're just gonna have to play it yourself to know what I mean exactly. If you punch a lot in the game, you'll eventually get it. It happens very randomly as well. I'll try to make a video about it, but I have to get my PS3, which is not here right now. So yeah, I think we should start. Also, start with continue without saving. You don't want to play with memory card, that's slower. Because you have to wait for the memory card to go away for every screen. Okay. Hey Panda. Okay. So for the opening cutscene, I start my timer once the ding in the opening cutscene starts, because the longer you watch the cutscene for this game, what's up, Volchrist? It's going pretty good. For the longer you start this, if you basically watch this cutscene for like 30 seconds. How did that turn into hours? 30 seconds. The cutscene will be longer, so you gotta skip the cutscene at the same point every time in order for your delay on your timer or whatever to be the same. What's up, Hunter? So I start my timer, which is my delay is 2:21. I start it there on that ding. So once it starts, I'll show you the movement, and I'll show you what you should be careful of and what you should do for this movement section here. So to begin with, uppercut, jump, jump, punch, 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 uppercut. Now for this ladder, I got a really good jump. Sometimes that you'll just once you're in that uppercut, you'll just kind of sometimes just get that state where you just jump and you just keep sticking to the ladder, and it's just kind of annoying. Sometimes you get a really good jump though. What's up, PK? For this, I spin both these: uppercut, punch, 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 single jump, roll jump, uppercut, spin, punch, punch. Now for this platform, the cycle doesn't really matter. What really matters is that you get a double jump to land on the very back. Now the reason we double jump and not uppercut, see how that would be really fast, right? But you have to be very specific where you want to land, because you want to do a roll jump straight after. So I do a double jump and try to land as on the very far back as I can, and that was a really good landing. Now the reason of that is I'll show it off on the second platform over there. So once you land on the very back, we roll jump off, punch. I was supposed to hit the other one, and then roll jump, punch, punch, and now here. What's up, Iraz? I'm doing good. What you want to do is, for this you kind of want to do the same thing, double jump, and then when you land on it, you want to roll jump. But here's the problem. It's going to happen on the first platform as well. You can sometimes get stuck on these little spikes that pop up. You can see them. I'll try to show off. I'll try to show off the movement, and maybe we'll get it. Okay, so here's what the movement's supposed to look like. Yeah, see, that slowed me down. The slowdown isn't bad. It's the worst part is when you get stuck. There, okay. We got it. And you're supposed to, ground pound through that. I'll show the movement later, but for now I just want to show off what it is I mean, like what it looks like to get stuck and cut by these things. There, exactly. Okay, I got that pretty fast. So that can happen a lot, and you'll basically die, and it's just a reset. So try to land as far back so you'll avoid hitting any of these things. So the movement looks like this. Once you hit the floor down here, spin to avoid the recoil from that. It saves roughly it saves a couple frames, basically. And then once you land, you roll jump, grab, and split. That's where I do. I mean, you don't have to split there because it's kind of awkward, but I have a pedal, as you can hear. Looks like this. Just kind of pedal. Press it with my foot. That's how I split. So I can pretty much split anywhere without having to quickly, you know, press the space bar and whatnot. Yeah, exactly, Volcris. And, okay, so here comes the next part, which is the super jump. Once you get on the platform and it starts moving up, if you jump and, once you jump and then land, it's kind of like a trampoline kind of thing, but it's like, it's not as bouncy. Like, you don't get any, speed by going down, or you don't get any time. It's very tight, so, as you can see, every time I'm, landing, I'm getting a higher jump. That's because of the platform's, downwards. You know, the platform is going down, it's launching me back up. So that's how we're gonna get, up there faster. So, once we grab that, we just punch onto here. And it... Oh, okay, yeah, I missed that. It's kind of a tight timing, so you'll eventually, you'll miss it sometimes. Looks like that, okay. So for this next mission... Hey, Sophie. For this next mission, it's actually... This is, really hard. This is something I'm actually currently the only one who's able to pull off. It's called the I call it the Fantastic Five. Okay, so there's 20 enemies, and these enemies are very specific. You have to walk close to them and then shoot them. If you are too far away from them, they won't die in one hit. And if you get hit by them, you also miss the the 5. You have about half a second to a second of mistakes. So I'm just gonna do it, and just pay attention to how I do this. So pull out the gun, and I'm going to focus here. So one thing that's actually... You can see sometimes they slash their sword. If they... Okay, I got it. If the gladiators are right-handed, as you can see, I have 5 soldiers on the field right now. If sometimes the gladiators can be right-handed, that actually is a very high chance of them hitting you. Okay, so I got the 5, and that saves time because I'm doing 2 skips. One, when you get to 5, which is the lowest possible, you get the Dark Jack animation where he goes Dark Jack and whatnot. So while the lava is raising up, while the in-game is wasting time, you're doing an animation where you can't do anything. So it saves 2 seconds. Because if you get 6, you have to wait for the lava to go down again, and then you have to shoot the guy, then you get the animation. So you basically, it just saves time. It should be pretty obvious. But here's the second skip. Basically what I'm doing here is this is a pretty easy, you can do this with, 7, maybe even 8 soldiers. I'm basically skipping the lava going up a second time, and I got that by a huge margin. Yes, I'm Danish. And for here, I do another super jump. So once it reaches here, there we go, split, and then okay, so here's a little time saver that saves 3 frames or something. If you hold left and skip the cutscene here, Jack will face that way. Very, very, very minor time saver. Now watch closely how I do with this movement. Okay, that was a little bit wrong, but he got up in the air. That was a little bit wrong. But basically, Jack is going to pull away the gun. Jack is going to pull away the gun midair. So the way to do that jump is you have to be kind of specific with it. So roll jump into this cutscene, and get on the sleeper. Now for the Kangarats, how you want to do these is this order that I'm doing here. Now, the way the Kangarats work is that they do a specific pattern depending on the way you approach them from. I just stood still there, that's kind of bad, but this guy is really easy to catch. Pretty easy. Now the hardest one is the one right here. I usually approach him from around this angle. Either he's going to run behind me to the left, or he's going to run in place, or he's going to run away from me. So we'll see what I get. Yeah, he's running that way. That's one of the worst ways, but I was expecting that. Sometimes he just gets like stuck and he just starts running in place on this very certain rock. I'm using a hard modded PS2. Okay, this is the easiest one. You just run straight and then you get it like that. Pretty easy. This one is kind of tough because there's a lot of like rocks on the floor. And the worst enemy in this mission is actually the rocks, because if you're charging a leaper on... also, look, I noticed I went into, like, I approached this guy from the right so that he's going to run to the left here, because we want to make him run closer to the other leapers rather than away from them, so that saves a little bit of time. Now, the rocks are actually... I'm going to show you right here what happens if I don't jump, or I just run on the rocks. Look how he's like bumping up and down. That actually is wasting a couple of frames like every time I bump up, because I'm like losing time from gaining, like from, you know, going up instead of forward. So what my strat for this right here is I jump on this. Sometimes you get the bounce, sometimes you don't. Oh, I got stuck on that. It usually doesn't happen. And then here. So you're just gonna have to play around with that a little bit for yourself, but okay, this is the most important one. It's not the hardest one, but it can control you, and I hope I get this, because I'd really like to show this off. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump over that stair that's in front of me, and then I'm gonna make the leaper run to the right. Why I'm making him run to the right is because the mission, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but here, I'll get my webcam over it. Yeah, like you can see right there. There's a satellite, like that's a satellite mission, and if you like eat the leaper and go into the satellite mission in like a 3-second room, you get the dialogue from finishing the Kangarat mission over the satellite. So you overwrite 2 missions, like you overwrite dialogue with a mission. So let's see if I can get this. There we go. Okay. So I run to this mission, and there we go. So now you can hear the dialogue starting inside the mission. Now this mission is the satellite, and the satellite is complete RNG. For a certain phase... Yeah, Jazzy, you can. Definitely. I need a drink. So for this mission, there's like something called doubles. It's basically, there's symbols everywhere in this mission. And if you get 2 symbols inside the same ring, you get 6 points instead of 1. And that's obviously faster, but it's random how many you get or not. I consider about 4 or 5 an average. So we'll see. Hopefully I at least get 1 to show off what it is. It's very rare you get 0. See, there's 1. I might miss this. Yeah, I did because I tried to pause the game, but that gave me 6 points, which is a lot. I technically didn't really miss one. I didn't miss the double, but I missed a single symbol. So I get them on the edges, just so that if I accidentally get a double, I don't, you know... Oh, wow. Yeah, I just got, like, some of the worst RNG right there. I got a 1. That would pretty much be a reset for me. So after a certain phase, once doubles, like once the two at a time start coming in, that's when that phase is ended. You can no more get any doubles. And if you get 5, there's no way that you're gonna get something later called slow cycle, where all the symbols come in from all sides. They come in twice as slow. So yeah, I got really terrible luck, but luckily this isn't a run, so that's the good thing. Yeah, so slow cycle at about 59. That's some of the most worst I've seen. That would have been at 60 if I didn't, you know, miss that 1 symbol early on. Oh wow, this is like horrendous luck. Okay, so you skip that, and what you want to do is just roll jump over to this leaper. Try to stay on the left to avoid pedestrians, by the way. because pedestrians can be kind of annoying. So now we want to head over to the garage to learn how to drive, to the learn how to drive mission anyway. By the way, if this is too long for YouTube, I'll just split it into 2 parts. It's easy as that. Yeah, that would be a reset. That's okay. So a little like half-second time saver is that you should run through those 2 rocks right there, because I'll show you what happens if you, because obviously you can see that he bumps a lot, like Jack like flies up in the air. So if you park like that, well, I'll try to show it off again. This text, okay, here. Okay, well, what happens sometimes is that he flies up in the air, and you have to like wait for him to fall down before you can park off. But that won't happen unless like you go like through these. So we'll jump into this. This is one of the only cutscenes you can actually mash. I forgot to say that mashing in this game usually extends loading screens, so avoid doing it. There's only this and the precursor robot that you should actually mash for the cutscenes. Now there's a small trick coming up that I still don't get how works. Right here. The game is teaching how to reverse, but sometimes if you brake, this will happen. Like, we'll see if I get it. I got it. Yeah, see, I don't know why that works, but it just does. No clue how to explain it. Saves like 1.5 seconds. Hey, SG. What's up, Lord Vash? Nerf and Simon? Yeah, I was looking at chat, so I just flipped over there. Okay. It's going pretty good. I'm somewhat tired, so I decided to do a tutorial instead of runs. Okay, so on this next task, we actually reset the mission because we don't want to, like, the game automatically shoots us forward to the next mission, like, once we beat this, the game's like, okay, do the race now. But we don't have to do that. So now we got our car, and now we can drive freely through the desert. Now, what we're gonna do now is the first sequence break of the game, which is the cave skip. This is actually why I'm doing this tutorial, because this newest cave skip is about 3 or 4 days old. Probably actually like 2. Yeah, like 2 or 3 days old, and it's really easy. So, for anyone who wants to pick up this game, recommendable that you you do it right now. As far as like explaining, okay, you have to really like get into how like what I'm trying to say here, because if you don't think with your mind, you're not gonna understand. You're not gonna understand what I'm like how cave skip works. Like, it might be my poor explanation, but just try anyway, just to really understand how this works. I'm tired because I had a really long school day and I kind of overworked, I guess. Okay. So these are the eggs. As you can see, these eggs are completely solid all around, have a big invisible wall around them, but it was discovered by Volchrist, who's in the chat, and it was made RTA friendly by me, that you can actually deload parts of the egg area. Okay, so this is what happens. With your vehicle, you can actually park around here, and the game is gonna... What it does is that the game can't make room for the... Like, it's trying to make room for the car, so it deloads some of the eggs. So it makes some of the eggs non-solid, and for the longer duration that your car starts bouncing, the more of the eggs you will deload. So I'm gonna drive right here, and this is pretty good, so I'll jump out. So now the car's going to start bouncing. I'm just going to wait like 5 seconds. So there we go, it stopped. Now either on the left or on the right, you can pass right through the eggs. And obviously, right here, as you can see, I deloaded a major big area. And that's pretty much a first try cave skip. Really easy. And right here, this entire part's solid. That's how it works. You just park right there. You get close. Once the car starts shaking a little bit, you jump out. and the bounce from landing on the car puts it in the right spot, so it starts like vibrating like that. And you wait until it either stops or lets it go for like 5 seconds. Then you check the cave, and you check either on the right or on the left where is the cave solid or not. I have an entire video about this. So what happens now is you grab the car and you just pass right on through the cave. Very easy. So now what we've done is something called a percentage warp, where we have warped from... Okay, I'm going to get out of the car and show you that I have 2 guns. Alright? Hey Mela, what's up, Milk? How much time do you think it wastes if you get the wrong side first? Well, if you check the wrong side first, it's like 3 seconds. But if you don't get enough room, it's kind of a random amount of time. So what we're doing right now is we actually have... we have 2 guns. We don't have very many items, remember. We've beaten like 5 or 6 missions. Also a little bit of a shortcut there, so you don't have to drive around. What we've done now is called a percentage warp, where right now our game is currently... I'm actually going to try to save. I haven't really tested this out. So... yeah, I'm going to delete that. That's my cave skip practice... cave skip practice file. But it's really easy now. So our save file currently should also be at that 8% that we were at. Yeah, 8%. And once... okay, so what you want to do is that the... obviously this car has no guns, so we can't do the destroy eggs mission with this car. So what we do is we get out. Yeah, and see, I just got like 3 guns. And it says new secrets are available because the game just realized that, oh, he's in the cave. He must have done every single mission up until this point, right? So the game assumes I've done every single mission, and now the game is at 22%. So we basically skipped 14% of the game. And 100% is actually beating the game. So we've skipped like 14% of the game right there. And the game has 3 of these. These are called percentage warps. And there's a very big one that skips from 40 to 91, which is why this game is so short. So here's my route for this. I shoot this. Then I go over here. This is actually kind of new. So I drive here. And then I turn the camera around, shoot that. And then I shoot this. That saves like probably 2 seconds. That's kind of new. So yeah, and then we shoot this. I drive slow just so I won't like drive past that. That's how you do the first room. That was kind of sloppy, but you should get the idea. What's up, all my guts? Okay, so for this next room, this should actually all be pretty simple. You just shoot that. Like, as for now, right, what we're doing right now is just doing the mission in the intentional way. Shoot that egg. Shoot this egg, make sure not to fall off. No, I'm way too tired to do a run. Okay. So once we destroyed the final egg, once the timer reaches a low, like obviously, once the timer reaches like a low 40, like 56, like I'm trying to pause the game right now, but it's just not letting me. So around like 50, like a low 56, the game's letting me pause. So what we do is we reset the mission, because it puts us closer to the exit of the cave. We do this actually a second time as well. Once the dialogue comes up, we do it a second time. Once again, we do the same shortcut as on the way in. Instead of driving around in a circle here, we just drop down around here. And then drive over these rocks. Make sure not to, let go of the X button a little bit, just so you won't flip or anything like that. Okay. So we're pretty much out of the cave now, I guess. Yep, here we go. And once he says like you want to pause the game and then restart. And this saves like 3 seconds, but it's still something. So this puts us closer to the exit of the cave, and now we just go get the Dune Hopper. Dude, Top, I keep getting that, like, I keep getting the whole "you're so fine" thing all the time. I don't understand it. Like, I feel like no other streamer gets this thing. Only me. Is it because it's... I don't know what it is. Someone tell me. Alright. So, driving in the desert is one thing you want to keep in mind is that you should try to go with your own, like, with the same route every time so you don't, like, encounter any, like, cacti on the way, and you should try to cut the most amount of corners and stuff like that. Always shoot enemy vehicles when they're in the way because they give you a boost. So yeah, like, this car is here, just shoot it, it gives you a free boost. Why not? Okay, a little thing you want to do here is you actually want to jump, because usually you get stuck in the car. Yeah, you saw how it kind of like got stuck in the tire like that. Usually you don't. So grab the dune hopper, and this is kind of a long drive through the desert. So just kind of like do the same thing as last time. Shoot whatever vehicle's in the way without wasting too much time. Do a mix between both. It is really hard to, you know, do okay, so there's like kind of a tough jump to skip the water here. What I do is I jump there. Okay, that was really, really good. Sometimes you just like completely like fail that jump. Like sometimes your car will just be angled like this and it just looks really bad. Okay, so the way through this, this is actually one thing a lot of people struggle with. Just going through this. Like, what's the fastest way? This is the fastest way. There we go. It's just slightly to the right. So boosts don't really save any more time, but it's gonna save me time in like in 2 spots. Okay, so we jump across the islands. So I only really need one of these boosts, not both. Make sure to slow down so you don't fall in the water here. There we go. I have fallen in the water there before, but... And once the map disappears there, restart. Saves about 8 seconds. Warps you in the cave, or warps you in the place. Now, what we do now is we do volcano skip. This is our second, and I'm gonna save the game just to show you guys, because I'm curious myself. I haven't done this. Okay, so what was the first one? 8 to 22, and this one should be 24 to whatever the hell we'll get now. Okay, so what you do here is you pull out the wave concussor. Now we do our first CSJ, which is concussor spin jump. By shooting, Jack can gain extra height, and by spinning, you can get even more height. So you can get a jump on this, and then shoot, spin, or here. I'll do it again. It's shoot, jump, shoot, jump, spin, shoot. Hold on. Like, I'm messing up by, like, saying the inputs out loud. I'll just do it, and you just do what I do. So once you stand in this little small spot, I just messed up my camera, but you can do this if you feel more safe about that. But I don't need to. I can do that like pretty much blind because I know where I can stand and where I can't. So as you can see, that's the eye. Like that's the eye. Like normally, what you're supposed to do is go to the volcano and then get the invincibility power up. Then go use the invisibility power up and go behind this door. But we can clip into that early, and we skip about 2 or 3 missions without, so that's another percentage warp. Probably saved like 5%. What I do now is I might fail this actually. This is kind of bad. Okay, roll jump and then mash the hell out of shoot and spin. If you feel more safe about doing it another way, then yeah, you can do that. You can do an extended uppercut. You can do a lot of other things. Okay, so there is like one thing here that I may want to show off. You don't need to grab that ammo, I just did it out of boredom. Okay, so once I pull away the gun, yep, I'm gonna save because the game just triggered that we got the invisibility power up. Okay, let's see what our percentage is at. Yep, we skipped 5%, so just like I said, 5. What you can do here is you can charge up your wave concussor, go in the middle, but it's like really precise. What I'd recommend doing instead is just doing Dark Blast. It only saves like 1 or 2 seconds, so it's not really worth it. Okay, so there's some spiders in this next room. By ground pounding and spinning, which saves like like 0.2 seconds or something, you can punch. Like you want to get off this platform as fast as you can. So see, I got off the platform, so there's some spiders at the end of that like part or whatever, and those won't spawn. Like right here, there's some spiders. You can despawn those by getting off that little path there. So once again, the game's forcing us to use the invisibility power-up to get across these. As you can see, the eye is like seeing us, so it's letting up some traps. But we just CSJ over the fences. So high jump, shoot, spin, shoot. High jump, shoot, spin, shoot. And we're over. Do it a second time. High jump, shoot, spin, shoot. And remember, if you come from Jack 1 in, I think, double jump, ground pound, and high jump are the same height. But in this game, high jump is superior to any other jump. Okay, so hold down left for this, and then roll jump. Oh. Okay. I kind of don't want that, so yeah, just give me a moment. There we go. I kind of don't want that. I don't want autosave. That loses time in the run. I just wanted to check my percentage. So once you exit that cutscene, you hold down left, and then you do a roll jump. So you roll jump straight into this thing. And then we do like Jack Heal to activate the portal. And then go through this bar. How much time does it take to use the invisibility power-up using the bar over the wall? Every jump over the wall probably saves like 20 to 30 seconds. So anyway, we roll jump out to the car here, and then we shoot it with a blue gun, because the blue gun is it kills the car fairly fast, and we want to spare the ammo for this next mission. Okay, so roll jump to the left or right here to grab the car, and here's another reset warp. This saves like 50 seconds. I used it a little bit late. You can use it a bit earlier than that. But it puts you right next to Ashley. I'm gonna take a drink. By the way, punch left after this. So you go right into Ashley. So yeah, punch left, like I said. Now this mission is heavily dependent on luck. You basically just want to jump and like spin and shoot. You want to basically rapid fire the beam reflexor, which is this gun. Pick up other ammo as well, because the chance of other like ammo dropping is pretty high if you have a high of any other guns. So the RNG about this mission is the ammo these guys drop. Pick up the Dark Eco as well, because it does. Once you're at full Dark Eco, the game will like basically drop whatever you have the lowest of, and if you have full Dark Eco, the game will pretty much only drop yellow ammo, which it's doing. It can also just majorly troll you and do something else. If you're also at low health, it'll just drop health like everywhere, so that's another troll. But this is fairly good. Like, I'm not really trying to go too fast here. I'm kind of casualing this a little bit, actually. And sometimes it'll even drop Dark Eco anyway, so there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna heal. I could have grabbed that health, but this is one of the missions that sometimes you'll just randomly get close to dying. Okay, so once Ashlyn stands in this one spot and stands still, and the sandstorm clears, you're done with the mission. And now you get the best item in the game, the jet board. Let me see. Why do I always have to think a second about left and right? Yeah, I'm actually pretty good with left and right. It's just that because I'm speaking fast, I'm doing it. So skip the cutscene, and you get the jet board. Now, right here... Oh, pausing may have messed it up. There's a little bit of a trick here that if you... Okay, so go over here, and you see this text that's on the screen that says you've received the jet board? If you double pause, you can overwrite that text by doing so. It saves about 4 seconds or so, 3 or 4 seconds. Like, you can overwrite that text. You can make it go away, basically. Okay, that was pretty bad. Like, a ton of cars, but bad angle for that. So, the jet board is one thing that you should honestly, before starting, like, running this game... Oh, I might die here. Nope. Before you start running this game, is one thing you just want to get down. You want to know how it works, you want to know what a launch jump is, so I'm not going to explain too much about how a jet board works. Small shortcut here if you have a boost. But basically, let me just tell you, doing a perfect 360 gives you a speed boost. Jumping a little bit after you landed gives you a launch jump. And holding L1 is a high jump. You can combine high and launch jump, by the way. So, that's it. I have pretty much, like, very well optimized every... Like, I've spaced the next mission out very well. Like, the spacing in this next mission is very well and consistent. And I've just tried to develop, like, the fastest strats. This first room I'm very proud of, because these bugs are really, really dumb. Once the map disappears, just restart. Oh, bad. Okay, so two tricks you need to keep in mind is that if you punch and use the jet board, you'll reach half your maximum speed. If you do a side flip after, you'll reach your max speed, but you'll lose that speed by turning. So once you stay in the middle, what you want to do is punch board, and then side flip, and then you just want to side flip a ton. Okay, so for here, hey Tom Jack, and what's up Mega? What you want to do here is when the door opens, you want to punch, like basically punch, and then like use the jet board. I just call it punch board for short. It kind of sounds a bit silly, but I didn't know what to call it. Yeah, I'm gonna highlight it and put it on YouTube. So this is what you want to do. This is how to avoid every single bug in the first room. Punch board, side flip, press circle to hit that bug. And now you can just drive down here. And then what I do is a couple of side flips here just to speed up. And then go over to this door. And then do the same thing. I don't do side flips right there because otherwise I'll hit the bugs. Okay, so you'll freeze here. Now, I just want you to watch how I do this movement. Basically, you just want to collect these 18 tokens or whatever. I touch the wall here because usually you get stuck on if you do the 180 by using triangle. This next part can actually be kind of tough with the spacing. Yeah, I missed that. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a different strat. I'm just going to take it slow. Yeah, like that. You're going to have to find your own way of doing that. Funny enough, I actually think that's the hardest part about this. It's just 'cause sometimes you just get a, like, dumb launch jump and whatnot. Oof, I wasn't able to jump there. Yeah, this is going pretty bad so far, but whatever. Hey, Mega. Okay, so I paused here because this cutscene coming up, you can actually move in it, so I'm going to listen to an audio cue and do a side flip, and then try to get up to that door. Yeah, I got it. Okay, no, I did it a little bit too late, but you can hear that if you get a side flip in that, then yeah. Also, here's another thing that I'm also going to have to slow down for. Now we get the freeze ability. Yeah. This is the fastest strat for it, basically. What I do is I go out on the right, line it up. Well, I don't take very long to line it up. Pull out the jet board, side flip, launch jump, front flip, and then launch jump again. So, pull it out, side flip, do this, and then do that. It's really, really easy. I probably didn't even have to take away the jet board. It's just the hitboxes on these things. They're really funny. So, if you don't want to do that, you can do this, where you extended uppercut instead. And then just jump over here and then uppercut. That jump saves like probably about 3 or 4 seconds. Oh. So yeah. Okay. So so here is a room that is like this is kind of a YOLO jump or whatever. You just kind of go for it and hope you get it. But what you can do in this room is you can do this. Yeah, okay, I got it. Sometimes like obviously the cycle is too like you can't there's no audio there's no visual cue to see if you can get past this. Because it's just simply too fast for human eyes, which is the unfortunate part. So usually in runs I don't go for that jump because it's just so inconsistent, and you'll most likely miss it. So what I do is I do that, and it wastes about 5 seconds. Now for the next rotators, they can go screw themselves, because we're going to do a skip called the double rotator skip, and this is actually something that a lot of people struggle with. And it's probably one of the things I've been struggling with lately as well. Even though it's a very old skip, I still struggle with it. So, once you jump and shoot, you actually still store your second double jump, so you can jump out of that. So what you want to do is you want to single jump, shoot, spin. So, here's how it looks. And you should grab that ledge over there. Jump, shoot, jump. Okay. Once if you don't go under, you should just try to cancel it and go back on the other ledge. So there we go, and we grabbed it, and we also got the spawn. Sometimes this area right here is completely pitch black. We don't actually know why. It's just like that the game didn't load. What's up, Commando Eyes? So right here we need to slow down time to get over the bridge, but we only really just need to do that, and that's it. It's pretty easy, and that's jetboard test done. That's my favorite mission in the run, actually. Okay. So this is an auto scroller. There's not much to speed it up. Obviously, you want to shoot the orbs that appear. Not like these things, but like. You don't have to shoot those, but those things, they will slow you down, so shoot those. And don't hit anything. So immediately as this mission ends, you want to pop the shield, because the earlier you pop the shield, the okay, I'll show you. So use the shield right there, and then just punch over here, because it's possible to roll jump in this. Just stand here and use light jack until it pops, because the earlier you'll use it, the earlier it'll pop, and then punch in the elevator. Now here comes everyone's favorite glitch, the Ecomine proxy. See ya, Volchrist. Thanks for watching. Okay, so punch board there. Why pop pop the shield, why not use it? Well, the game forces you to use it anyway because it's a new ability, and you just want to. You need it to pop in order to like let the loading zone the loading zone doesn't trigger unless the shield goes away. And you can't make it go away by itself. You have to wait those 8 seconds or whatever. It's probably less than 8 seconds, but anyway, go up here. Once you hit this loading, we do the EcoMine proxy, and this is how it works. This little spot right here, this was found by Tom Jack. If Jack goes in here with the jet board, as you can see, he ducks down by himself. And if he tries to jump, like, I'll try to do it very lightly. Yeah, he tries to get out. Like, he basically can't get out because the game doesn't, like, fit him in there. Yeah, see, so the game, like, launches him out, like, whoa! So stuff like that. That's a proxy. Now, but if we mash it, the game will launch him up in the air, and then we basically want to hit this very elevator over here. So we can skip from the start to this, like, green dot on the map here. So here's what we do. There we go, off to the moon. And then you're just gonna kind of have to, you know, like, you're gonna kind of have to learn it, because what I aim for is these tracks. Oh, I went too far. I aim for these tracks. I'm gonna have to CSJ, right? Yeah, I missed it. What I do is, yeah, that was, I don't know what happened there, but so you mash it, and then, like, I wasn't paying attention there. You want to aim for either the train tracks or the lamp. Did I do it again? Okay, so once I see this thing, that's the train tracks. If you see the train tracks, go to the left, and once you go to the left, you see the lamp, which is that thing. I'll take fall damage because I'm dumb. I just spun just to show off the lamp a little more. A little strat to get off the elevator faster is just to CSJ off it once you go down. What's up, Luo? So CSJ off that. And this is a strat that you should probably only do if you're, like, on this high level. But I'll show you my strat for this. At least the start here. So, pull out the jet board. And then... Oh, that was horrendous. That was a terrible turn. That session of jumps. What you should probably do instead is you should go down here and then clear the enemies with the beam reflexor, and then make your way down here. If you're not safe with that turn, clear these enemies, and then make this jump. Don't worry, you'll always get, if you don't make this jump, you will always get stuck right here, so you can always jump out. So don't worry about that. Now, I'll show these the entire EcoMine from the pro strat perspective. I can't unfortunately redo it because I don't know what, like, I don't really know any safe strats anymore, but I'd suggest just take it slow and do the CSJs over these 3 elevator cycles or whatever. That's coming up later. Damn, that was bad. Yeah, do a CSJ over these if you don't feel safe. Oh, did I get it? Okay, I did. So, this is the second checkpoint. I touched this rock, which basically made me able to save here. That was supposed to be a front flip and not a side flip, so I messed up a little bit there. But this is how the rest looks like. I needed to slow down a little bit anyway, so it didn't matter. So that's how the rest looks like. That was a kind of a poor demonstration, but I did it anyway. Okay, so you head over here and hit this button. This is your longest break in the run, by the way, guys. If you need to go take a quick drink, this is now. This is your longest break, these 10 seconds. But it is a short run, so shouldn't have any problems needing a break. Now, the bomb train strat is something that is pretty tough to explain, and I suggest you just watch my video for it. I have a slow motion about it. that explains it way better. But the way the bomb train works is that there are these train tracks you need to hit. And there are train tracks that we hit, like... Okay, so we hit these two, and then we hit these two down here, right? Okay, so you're probably like... Alright, I got those two. Wait, hold on. Just get that one. Yeah. So you're probably like, oh, okay, we got those. Let's go further. But what you actually need to do is that there are two more train tracks behind those two down there. Unfortunately, you can't see them, but I've played this game for a long enough duration to see what bullet would go at what angle, to what direction that it would hit him. Now, I've already seen that I've hit him, but it's unexplainable at this point. It's going too fast. There's no way I can slow down the game. I can actually try. See, yeah, that shot, that was a perfect. Do you see that shot down there? Here, I'll try. Shot below me. That line right there. That shot is going straight towards those two that are hidden. And I know that because I've just seen the amount of angles that, you know, these different bullets can go at. So we'll just try to buffer this. Yeah, that definitely went over there. So it went over towards those two hidden tracks. And if I hit those tracks, the eco mine should end, or the bomb train should end at a certain part. So once I hit these two, I'll just hit these two for now. I won't hit this later, but if I'll hit it now. If we hit this thing, and it ends now, yep, it ends right there. Usually you won't go that far just to hit that. You just spray and just, you know, you'll get it eventually. So if you hit that one, and you ended the mission there, you did it right. That's all you need to know. A little jump to the boss door here. You can do that without taking off the jetboard. Stand at the top to get close to the boss room. Okay, so for the precursor robot, the only way to hit him is by those minecarts up there, and you need to use his platforms. But the only trick to speeding this boss fight up is when he shoots the Dark Makers, you stand right here, you stand behind them, and then you shoot them 2 times to shoot them off the stage. Now this is faster than just spraying everywhere, cause yeah, shoot, 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 shoot. They fly off the stage and he uses his next attack instantly. So what I do for these platforms is I always jump on the 4th one. Just jump and spin and you should be good. So high jump, spin, and then shoot this one. I use shoot from left to right. This is one thing you can mash though. That's a cutscene every time you hit them, and this is one thing you can mash because it actually doesn't extend any loading screen. What's up, Savage? It's going pretty good. Thanks for sticking by. Morning, Bloody. Or evening. You do the same thing here. Shoot them off twice. Now, obviously, you want to attack them close, because, okay, here's what'll happen. If you don't attack them close, the shot will reflect, but if you go close and shoot, you can see that the shot didn't reflect. So, if they do multiply, I'm just suggesting doing this. It's probably the best way of doing it. It's gonna be a little bit slow, but, yeah. That's if you mess it up, of course. Also, I want to just mention this. If you're bored, use Dark Jack. You can go straight through the laser. I found it like for fun, and you can also do it on like if you stand on the very edge, which I didn't quite get to do. You can also just clip through the laser. Oh, that was bad. And he's dead. Okay. So, right here, this next door that loads. Okay, so there is a long and short loading screen for this. What do you want to do? Don't punch into this elevator. Just walk into it. Just hold up. And... wow, I still didn't get it. Look how long this loading screen is. Yeah, that's like 4 seconds. That loading screen will be half a second if you just walk into it. I don't know how I got it. I guess it's because I like roll jumped into it, but I don't know. Okay, so for the Palace Ruin skip, or Haven City skip, sorry. Here we go. Oh, bad movement, sorry. Don't take notes from that. Luckily it's daytime, so I can get to do this, and you can actually see what I'm doing. Perfect. I also have another video with commentary about this. What you want to do is you want to get up there. This is done by another CSJ. You stand on the top here, crouch down, and then high jump, shoot, spin, shoot. And once you get stuck, once I'll get stuck, I'll pause the game. Remember, your analog stick angle has to be at, like, very, very slightly to the left. So here, I'll try to show that on the stream. It has to be either, like, it has to be up, but very slightly to the left. Hold on. So, like, here. I don't know how to do this, but it's basically up, but, like, very slightly to the left. So, like, yeah, at, like, this angle. It's pretty precise. Like, it's not, like, precise, but it's just, like, some people just tend to hold right on this, and they just don't get it. So, high jump with that angle, shoot, spin, shoot, and then you should... You may only need shoot and spin, so we'll see. High jump, shoot, spin, shoot, spin, shoot. Okay, so one time Jack's hair like touches this part of the whatever, he gets stuck, as you can see right here. So what I do is I press X so that he jumps over that, and after that you just shoot and spin like that. So now we're inside the Palace Ruins, and I will show you. Look at the memory card in, which I plugged out earlier. Here we go. As you can see, now if we save the game, we should be at 40%. Yep, 40. And now when we go into the Palace Ruins, by the way, we can't like punch or roll jump or anything. Like, we can do this, which looks funny, but there's no way to speed up the movement. I guess it's like an epic like walk down to the point of no return. But that's how it works. Okay, so the game auto-saved. So we'll go look at a percent count, and bam, 91. So I'm going to plug it out again, but there we go. So 8% to 22, 24 to 29, and 40 to 91. So overall, we skipped 51, 14, which is 65, and 5. So 70% of the game is skipped. So we do 30%. So now the game has gone all the way from 40 to 90, 91, which means that we have every single ability in the game, because this is the point of no return in the game. So we don't get any, more weapons and stuff like that, which means that we have the Lightjack wings. And with the Lightjack wings, we can do infinite flight glitch. The infinite flight glitch is done by flapping your wings and using the shield, flap, and this will gain us infinite height. So it looks like this. As you can see, when you flap your wings, you'll lose height, but if you cancel that with the shield, you'll actually gain height. There's a quite a decent invisible wall there, so you have to fly over that. The cameras usually doesn't do that. So once you're around this part, fall, and then flap right as you hit the ground to cancel that. I grab the refill, you don't have to, that's just something I do. And now we just go through the Palace Ruins with the jetboard. This area kind of sucks a little bit, because it has quite the RNG. Because every single one of these, like, metalheads that are walking around, their jump movement is completely random, so they can hit you in the most, like, uncomfortable spots. Like, right there. I think that spawn was completely random as well. So use the shield attack a lot, unless you want to get hit. Like, the jump, yeah, I got good luck there, because I didn't get hit. Usually I get hit there. So the intended path here is actually faster. So you break this wall. You can CSJ over it, but it's slower. Yeah, so these are the worst ones, probably. Yeah, you can see that this is not going good. because this is just like really random movement. Okay, so you want to use the wings again, and for God's sake, please just start off with the shield, because if you get hit close to the end and get knocked off, you lose like 20 seconds. Okay, really good luck there as well. Very good luck on that end section as well. Okay, I just had to do that. Okay, so once we're in reach the core... Okay, so now we're in here. There's 2 skips that we can do. Okay, I actually think I'm going to show this off. So there was a useless skip here the other day. Not the other day, today actually, found by a Bloppy. Unfortunately, the level doesn't load, but I'll show it off anyway, just because I know a lot of people haven't seen this. Probably shouldn't do it in the tutorial, but why not? So he found out that this wall... Nah, man. It's just not there. Unfortunately, that does skip a lot, and that would have saved 15 seconds. But the unfortunate part about that is... the level doesn't load. So we just fall and die. Nothing we can do. My YouTube is the same as my Twitch. This is gonna be uploaded to YouTube. Okay. So once we go through, reach the core, there's 2 skips that we can do. The second one is kind of dumb, and the first one's not too bad. Overall, I personally think this is the dumbest mission in the game. Not in the game, but in the any percent run. So this is like pretty standard. Like, it's a really dumb mission. You just have to hope not to like it, because the worst enemy like in this area is just the terrain. It's just like the ground obstacles. All the terrain mistakes is just like all this ruined stuff, like all this smashed like pile of junk. Like, it's like really like it just makes your car bump everywhere, and it's just not comfortable to drive on. Sometimes, like right here, it'll make you get stuck, like so you can't like drive backwards, reverse. So I just did the first skip back there, and here's the second one. You kind of need a little bit of speed for this. So what you need to do is you need to drive up this wall, jump, and turbo, and that should work. Sometimes that doesn't exactly work. Oh my god. Wow. Oh wow. I just got knocked back down. That's new. But at least I got to show how that worked. Normally the landing for that doesn't work. Or, that doesn't work. Normally the landing for that doesn't matter, because as long as you get the skip, you're fine. It doesn't matter like with the landing. But a good landing is a bonus too. Yeah, I have PS3. It's the same name. I don't use my PS3 though. So there's no more skips to this. Oh. Jesus Christ, this wall right here. Yeah, falling down there sucks because it loses roughly 15 seconds. Like I said, dumbest mission in the game right here. So... Oh, fuck. Really? I don't know how I'm messing up this badly. Hello, noob. I'm being like these towers are not breaking. Like, I'm doing horrible in this mission. You should probably look at, like, I don't know. Like, you should probably, like, watch my record or something. Like, just watch something else. Like, if you want to learn the pretty much perfect movement for this. What would I do if my PS2 broke? I would play on my other one. Oh my... Okay, you're not supposed to hit that, but I somehow didn't fall down. But yeah, I would play on my other PS2. Okay, so there's a jump that you can do by leaning down into that little pit and then boosting up, but I'm gonna break the bridge, and then I'm gonna try to show you this jump. You shouldn't probably do it, but it looks kind of cool. Looks like that. Yeah, and the tower didn't break. Alright, that was a terrible reach to the core. Sorry for that awful demonstration of this mission, but... Okay, so this is auto-scroller again. I do not play Call of Duty, I play good games. What if that one broke? I'd play on my other PS2. I think these questions are silly. Obviously, like last time, you just do the same thing. Just kill the things that would kill you and get the things in your way. What are these questions? SM64, please. But yeah, hey Link. Okay. So, we're almost done with the game. We have about 3 missions left. I have 3 PS2s. So... what you want to do is you want to spam the beam reflexor and get close to the door. A 51 is pretty bad, but one of the Dark Makers probably used a shield. So once again, we just use Infinite Flight Glitch, and we just go out of bounds, and we just clip straight to the end. Easy peasy. What the hell are these questions? Okay. So once, like, to do this strat is, like, it's like the second, like, you see those kind of, like, black lines? Around the second one, like, right here, you want to be there. And then you can start falling. Don't worry, the level will load. Flap, like, once or twice here to make the level load. And then you can go in the door. Hey, Master. And then you escape this with the jet board. Good. Okay, so I'm pretty sure no one in my chat has seen this, unless you subscribe to my YouTube and you're pretty fucking fast at watching shit. There is a new Terraformer strat that saves roughly 5 to 8 seconds, and this is, like, we thought that the perfect cycle was what that was. But this is the fastest way to do Terraformer ever. There's probably not going to be, like, this is probably the tightest, tightest cycle I've ever had to make in my life. Once I'm about to hit the last one, I will reset to show you the other way. But I'm just going to focus and show you the fastest method. Can't guarantee I'll get this. Here we go. It starts. Yes. Alright. Yes. And then what you do is you just hit that. You just hit that one. Okay, so this is the fastest cycle. I actually made it. And this is what I was working on last night. And I'm going to call this the fast cycle, and then I'm going to call the one before that, which was the perfect pattern, I'm going to call that the normal cycle. So we got fast and normal cycle. So here, I'll show normal cycle. Oh, you get to hear more of this awesome music. This shouldn't be too hard to make. By the way, if you miss any of these, oh, yeah, like that. Okay, it's good. It's actually good I missed that, because I was about to say, if you miss any of the ones on the first one, it doesn't matter. You can recover it. Like, you can still get the normal cycle with that. You can't get fast cycle, though. See, the one we're missing is right there. So once his leg goes up, we move forward. Hopefully, we should... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to restart that, because my because getting hit by that, I tried a turbo and then I slid out. But that the one I missed is right over there. No, I love explaining things. Like, honestly, I don't see the I don't see. It's just if you don't have dedication towards your game, you shouldn't be playing it. Like, if you don't want competition, like, I'm trying to explain things as well as I can in order to actually get people to run this game, to get some competition. There are things where it's just like, you just watch what I do, but I am just, like, saying every possible thing. Okay, so I'm gonna miss this on purpose. That one, I could have gotten it, but I'm gonna miss that on purpose, just to show you that the cycle is recoverable. I'm basically doing normal cycle right now. Oh! I actually just got one of the orbs in midair right there. So, shoot that, and this. And that should go up. So like I said, he's gonna turn his leg right there. And then you shoot this. I'm gonna use this because I got hit, slowed down. And then you hit these two. You hit these two. Turn around in 180. And bam, that's normal cycle. So that, like, loses about 5 to 8 seconds on, you know, on the fastest cycle. Okay, so on the final boss, you want to stand around. It's kind of tough to see, but on the thickest, like, little tentacle or whatever, and then CSJ up this, and then just do it again. Just do it on this, and there you go. You've climbed the final boss. And the final boss is pretty much an auto-scroller. This is just one that you kind of just need to watch what I do. See ya, B-dub. Oh, no, hey, B-dub. Thought that said see ya. Saw something else. So I just used the arc wielder on these guys. I used the needle laser to hit the final boss. I used the peacemaker and the needle laser to hit the spinny thingies. I usually use the peacemaker to conserve, like, to spare ammo. So yeah, I need a laser to hit that. And I use the gyro buster on these guys. A gyro buster in the exact middle should kill all of them. And then I peacemaker. Not peacemaker. I plasmite RPG, which is the fully red gun. I use that to kill the last tentacle if I position it wrong. If I position the gyro buster wrong. And sorry if I'm not calling it, like, second tier blue gun, or, yeah, stuff like that. Like, I can basically say, what I'm using right now is the arc wielder, or the arch wielder. This is the needle laser. This is the beam reflexor. This is the gyro buster. This is the peacemaker. The fully upgraded red gun is, the mass, or no. That's the plasmite RPG. Nice beat-up. Is there a video? I'd like to see that, man. A lot of people are getting these mid-50s. Like, between 50 and an hour times, and it's really good to see people getting back into this game. So yeah, Needle Laser one-shots that thing, so does Beam Reflexor and Peacemaker. I just use Peacemaker because... why not? I missed. once you get close to the end, you can pretty much use any weapon. I usually use Gyro Buster whenever there's not a whole lot left, because it's faster than any other thing. What's up, Pixel? B-Dub, if you got Skype, we got a Jak and Daxter Skype group that you could probably join. It'd be lovely to have you in there, man. You'd be more than welcome. Also, this final boss is 4 minutes and 40 seconds. It's pretty long. No, Pixel, I don't live in America. It's too far away from me. I'm going to ESA instead. ESA's way better anyway. Those are pretty much, you know, usual spots to mess up. It's just mainly people that run Jak and Daxter who are in there. I don't want to crowd it up with too many, like... Because we already got, like, 3 people that don't run Jak already, so I don't think we should, like, crowd it up. Like, we got, like... Skulls has done Jak 2 work, so I guess he counts. But we got, like, Angry, and we got Paul in there. Okay, and that's the end of, Jak 3, everyone. Thank you for watching. There's one more thing I have in mind, and you need to learn this. Oh. You should learn this anyway. By the way, spam the needle laser at the end. Timer stops hit, not when the final cutscene starts. So, everyone who's done, like, shoutouts to Nerf Rip. He has found a way to soft lock the credits by, you know how if you press the D-pad, like that, you scroll between the characters and stuff like that? If you mash the D-pad buttons, like this. Hold on, I have to position it right. You can overwrite characters. Dang, it's not working right now. It's not working. Okay, let me put it on the table. That's probably way better. Here, I'll try this. Okay. This is not working right now, but... There we go. Okay, so now I'm duplicating characters. And as you can see, there's a zombie Ashlyn there in the background. Now we got a flying Peckerhead, a dead Samos, a flying skirt, nothing. Can we go back to the skirt? There we go. Nothing. Oh, a flying hat. Invisible cleaver. A flying Kira head. Look at those eyes on the Kira. That looks so funny. Oh, look! Look at her eyes. It's just like... Sometimes... Like that! Look at that! Oh my god, that looks so funny. That looks pretty funny. Okay, another dead Ashlyn. Jak looks totally fine. Flying skirt. Another flying skirt? Yeah, that's Vigor. I like how Deimos is... Oh, okay, he's missing a staff in his eyes. Eventually we're gonna softlock the game though, so we gotta overwrite more characters. I don't wanna get too many Samoses in there, but let's try. Okay, there's Jak. Okay, so it's gonna start not having enough room for prim rendering, if you look at the top left corner. So, okay, the game's lagging, and softlock. Okay, this looks kind of funny, because, like, Pecker looks like this, like, alien coming out of Jak, going, like, yeah, it looks pretty funny. So, can anyone screenshot this, and we can put an archive of Imgur? Like, archive of... Also, I like the name Pecker Surfer.